It's Monday, August 15th, about 3 p.m. And yeah, kids, it's crystal clear eyes, the real NY. And I'm going to tell y'all the real New York news, that if you be too nice, too trusting, you know what I'm saying, or just go along with anything to get along, that shit will get you used and abused. It'll get you all fucked up in your head or it'll get you dead, you know? And I know, because I done outlived a lot of motherfuckers who didn't think so. You know what I'm saying? And yet I'm still here. And I'm not laughing about it because it was tragic. But understand, I'm trying to teach y'all the shit that, I used to survive on these hard ass New York City streets. You know what I'm saying? For all these years. You know what I'm saying? Where the predators are, all around. They fast and deep. You know what I'm saying? And they watching y'all like silly fucking sheep, and y'all don't pay attention because y'all motherfuckers asleep. And that's what I'm trying to tell you, yo. That's why I don't do that too nice shit. Nicey nice. That'd be nice. I got a nice side, I got a respectful side. But you also got to know when to, what I'm saying, draw a line in the sand and say, nah, that's not okay. I ain't gonna go along with that. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people do shit and they feel like they can handle it. You know what I'm saying? On these fucking city streets, and they get in over their head and wind up dead. You know what I'm saying? Like my poor sister, Cheryl Outerbridge, murdered by the people closest to her, who she loved and she thought they loved her too. Or like poor Jason Perez, murdered by five homeboys, gangbanging homeboys right here, local boys right here in the hood, in the local corner Arab store on 170 in Ogden, right here in the hood. You know what I'm saying? On the corner store, murdered. Followed out the store by five gangbangers, jumped on the corner, and then shot, dead. Poor Jason Perez. Yeah, you learn the hard way sometimes, like the company that you keep or the people you be around. Sometimes you got to look and see who are they around. Who are they around? Because if they're around the wrong type of folk, then maybe you shouldn't be around them either. Maybe they the wrong type of folk. You know what I'm saying? I learned that shit the hard way in my family, yo. I barely survived growing up in my motherfucking family. I love my family to death ever since I was born. I was always about family, loyalty, helpfulness, and I've been doing for my family since I was 6. I used to stand on a chair to wash dishes for my moms. I used to babysit my little sister when she was 6 months old, Cheryl, and I was only 7 years old by myself. Babysitting 4 kids when I was 10 years old. One of them, my grimy cousin Barry, who was sitting on my lap in a fucking pamper. When I was 10 years old, 4 kids. Barry, Cheryl, Malika, and Khalid riding shotgun. Yeah, when I was 10. That's how responsible I was. I done did shit like wrote college papers for my auntie Barbara, so she could get a good grade when she was in college. I done did all kinds of things for my friends and family. I saved my best friend Pam's life, yo. On and on and on. On and on and on. And what was I got in return? Treated like trash, like, not important. You know what I'm saying? Sexually abused since I was 6 and a half by 8 different family members and friends and family and close extended family. You know what I'm saying? Barely survived growing up in my family. Sexually abused, physically abused, all at the same time while I was taking care of my family and doing good things for my family. And I wish they would say I didn't when I did, because I'd be happy to pull the receipts. You know what I'm saying? So what I tell you kids, yo, don't be that too nicey, too go along with everything shit, because that shit, yo, on these city streets, let me tell you something. That's what these predators are looking for. They're looking to see who's the ones who gonna go along with everything and nod their head for all the okey doke. You know what I'm saying? You got to know when somebody feeding you some shit that's going to make you choke, yo. You know what I'm saying? And tell them motherfuckers straight up, nope. No, no, no. Like, time out, time out, time out, time out. Yo, 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 yo. Yo, what the fuck is the motive? It's done? You know? Yo, where you coming from with this shit? Or sometimes you just bullshit them. When they run some bullshit towards you, you just be like, word? Wow. Don't even say nothing. Just hit them with the wow. That's it. Wow. That's crazy. Wow. That's it. and step off. You know what I'm saying? Be smart like me. You know what I'm saying? That's why I see through motherfuckers. That's why my name is Crystal Clear. Because I see through motherfuckers crystal clear. You know what I'm saying? From the bottom of their toes to the top of their hair. You know what I'm saying? I could call them out on every lie because I don't care. Because I done learned the hard ways on these motherfucking streets, yo. And I survived all these years. So there you go. So kids, remember that. And another thing, I'm going to tell y'all a story before I go, because I always throw in some receipts. Yo, there's a building over across the bridge there where I come from, over in the hood. Polo Grounds, right up on the hill there where Washington Heights and all of that starts. You understand what I'm saying? Harlem. Look, on 15, let me see, between 155 and 157. I think it's matter of fact, 156 and 157 on fucking Amsterdam. There's a building that all the locals, we call it the old folks building because it's this one project looking building. It stands alone on the side of the street where the school is, right? Go see it for yourself. Tall building. I don't know, maybe 20 stories tall. I don't know exactly how many, something like that. And, that building is known for, it's just nothing but old folks live there. It's like an old folks home type of building. Anyway, you're going to want to buckle up for this one. Because this is what I mean when I say you got to be careful who the fuck you trust and what you believe. Because there's a lot of wolves out here who wander around. They look like the rest of y'all sheep, but they wolves in sheep's clothes. And they could fool y'all very easily by looking like something they not until they get you somewhere and then drop that fucking mask and you find out, you know what I'm saying? But at that point, it'd just be too fucking hot. And then you find out what you really got and what you really not, And that's what happened to this chick that I know. I ain't going to identify her, yo. It was a long time ago. She was out there in the streets. She, I guess, was homeless, whatever, hustling, doing what she do, selling her, selling her ass, you know what I'm saying, to get her drugs or whatever. I mean, she kept it real. She kept it gully. She didn't have to come right out. She kept it gully what it was, you know what I'm saying? It was one of them it is what it is situations. So she was telling me what had happened to her one time. You know what I'm saying? And she was lucky to be telling me this story, yo. You're going to want to buckle up for this one, yo. So she was out there just hanging out in the streets, looking to see, what she could get into. And some dude, started chatting her up or whatever, chatting her up. And he was trying to chat her up on one of them one hand, wash the other situations. He was looking for a chick and he was willing to pay for it. Basically, I guess that was the scenario. You know what I'm saying? And she was down with it. At that time, she was out there in the streets. It was what it was. So she said he had on one of them uniforms, like, the housing uniforms, like, you're a maintenance man, them blue uniforms they wear when they work or whatever, like in the projects and shit, for night shit like that. And he had a big key ring, like he worked for them. So now he said, all right, so come on, we go over here, So he's talking to him. So he walking up to the old folks building. So I guess she assumed he worked there or whatever. So then he walks in, and there was a security guard, I think, or whatever, sitting, because there's a desk there. I've been in that building before. I'm from that hood, I told you, long time ago. I've been in that building. Yo, I knew somebody in there. Anyway, there's a desk right there when you walk in the building. It looks like a project building, but it's not. It stands alone, right? Now, there's a desk when you walk in the lobby, and the elevators is in the back, 2 elevators. So he walks past the security guard and said, the security guard said hi to, he said hi to the security guard, like they knew each other, whatever, whatever. Like he had been there before, whatever. He was like, he belonged there. So she walks in with him. They get on the elevator. They make a small talk. They go up. Excuse me. He takes upstairs, right? Near to the top, not to the top. Like, I don't know. I don't remember how many stories that building is. Maybe 20, whatever. So he takes her near to the top. Let's say it's 24 stories, right? He takes her to like 20, 21, like that, 22, and they get off. And then the hallway, it's just one long hallway. That's all it is. Straight, one long hallway, right? So they get off. So they're walking, making small talk, and he stops like by a apartment door, right? And pulls his keys and starts fumbling with his keys, right? She said she looked away for a second. She looked back. Yo, this nigga had a big ass hunting knife all of a sudden, no keys, in her face. One of them knives like the hunters used, in big long shits with the jagged ripped edge like that. And he said, yo, don't make a sound or I'll kill you right here and leave you right the fuck here to die. Okay? And ain't nobody gonna come out and help you because this the old folks building. And she realized it was true. Wasn't nobody gonna come out and help her in that motherfucking building if they heard her screaming in the hallway? That was the old folks building. Ain't no young folks in there. Maybe you might see a young folk come and visit once in a while, but live there? Never. So he said, go. He just forced her into the fucking staircase because it's 2 staircases just like a project building. You know how the staircases in the project building. He forced her into the staircase and made her go upstairs to the roof, right? So now she figuring out, okay, he must want to, he must want to, take it from her. So they get up there. He makes her get undressed. He does all kind of things to her of a sexual manner. I'm not going to go into all the descriptions. I'm sure y'all can figure it out. This way and that way and this and do that and this and that. And when it's all over, right? Because he had made her get naked or whatever now, but it's all over. She goes to put her clothes on, right? And then he tells her, stay here. And he tells her he's going to tie her up. What can she do? She can't stop him. She in the motherfucking staircase at the top of the old folks building by the fucking roof on the landing. Yo. Now, I don't know if they got an alarm up there now, but they didn't have one back then. So it wasn't nothing. Even if she screamed, nobody gonna come in that fucking staircase to come rescue her. So she let him tie her up. This motherfucker hog-tied her with her hands tied to her feet and with her on her stomach and then tied her hands behind her back and tied them to her feet. Well, feet up in the air. She was hog-tied now on her stomach. Now she got, all of a sudden, she start thinking, oh shit, this motherfucker's gonna kill me. All of a sudden she was, oh shit, now he's gonna kill me. So now she's there begging for her life. Yo, this nigga looked at her and he told her, yo, you fucking lucky, yo. That's all I did to you. You better think about this next time you get ready to go out in them fucking streets again. Now, check this shit out. You better not say nothing. I better not hear a word. I'm going to go down these stairs. And before I leave, I'm going to just stand there and listen. I'll be standing right there to see if I hear you scream or anything. And if I hear you make a fucking sound, I'm coming up here and slit your fucking throat. That's what he told her, yo. This is what she told me. Yo, she was sitting there. You could still see how scared she was when she was telling the story. So he said, yo, I want you to stay here and then count to whatever it was, 100, 200, 300, something like that. And then you could go. And he walked down the stairs. And I know that staircase. It's so quiet. All you hear is the wind. The wind whistling through it. That's all you hear is the wind. It's so quiet in that fucking staircase. I was in that staircase. I told you I've been in that building once or twice, visiting somebody. Yo, it's creepy as hell. And she went down the stairs and she didn't hear nothing. She didn't hear a door open, nothing. He just went down the stairs and he turned and went. And she didn't know if he was standing right there on the next landing or if he kept going down, 2 landings down or 3. She didn't know where he was. She just didn't hear anything. And so she started counting and she was crying and scared to death he was going to just turn around and come back up and kill her ass right there. She was hogtied. She couldn't do nothing. And after a while, she was counting and I don't know. She was counting for a while and then she said she realized she felt like he had left. So she started trying to free herself real quietly. As soon as she got free, she went down to the landing and ran onto the elevator and got downstairs to the lobby and went hysterical to the fucking security guard. And guess what? When they called the cops and all that, just like over here, they couldn't do a motherfucking thing. They didn't have a clue who he was. And even the security guard didn't know who he was. He said he just said hi to him because the guy said hi to him. So he said hi back. He didn't even know who the fuck he was. I think about that guy a lot. He's still roaming the city, I'm sure, doing that shit to women all over the city. And he got away with it. And he'll get away with it again because he had a good fucking plan, yo. So remember that, kids, yo. There's a lot of wolves in sheep's clothes out there. He looked like he worked in that building. He had a big set of keys. He didn't work there. The security guard didn't know who the fuck he was. Remember that, you know, so that you don't want to be in the next one who get caught like that with one of them, you never see it coming attacks, because you might not come back. God bless. Do whatever you got to do to get home safe, kids. I'm sure your family and your parents would rather you be like me, judged by 12, than carried by 6, like my poor murdered sister, Cheryl Outerbridge, who will never be forgotten. I'll never let her be forgotten. YouTube, Renee Jimenez. YouTube, Crystal Clear Eyes. YouTube. Get home safe, kids.